doing something a little bit different here. Trying to be respectful of people behind. At a different location, obviously, and so I want to, uh, just get on here and give y'all a quick message. I'm actually holding. It's not really a selfie stick, but it's a tripod that can serve as such. And as you can see, we've been out and about today. It's been quite the day. I have to tell y'all. Let those notifications go out. Truth Seeker podcast. That's what it's all about. We are truth seekers here. And I'm noticing the narcissist. Yeah. Narcissist. The narcissism. Y'all, I got a video on this YouTube channel all about how narcissism causes resistance. So why we learn to get around that resistance. So while those notifications go out, let me go ahead and, well, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to keep things. There we go. I'm just trying to keep things out of the background. You know, trying to be respectful as much as possible to the people who live here. I don't want them, you know. I mean, I'm sure they don't mind, but just there we go. Just kind of checking some stuff here. I got my. It is a tripod, and it is serving as a selfie stick here. While y'all come on in, I don't know how long we're gonna be up here. It really depends on how the phone behaves and things like that at the current location that we are at. And so I want to see how this rolls, and then to go ahead and see. Okay, there we go. Making sure that the volume there. And like I said, I don't know how this is going to work. Okay. So, as I move, I'll be moving the phone around, I'm sure. Maybe blow on it, get the dust off of there a little bit. Looks like I can do that too. But I've got the window cracked just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to monitor the chat over here as I work to keep as much out of the background as possible. I'm at a park. It is a public park. I mean, they've got areas in there for residents of this area only, but it's also open to the public. So I've already taken a walk around after doing some work in here. Because remember, y'all, I got the True Seeker podcast. That link is listed below. Okay. Yeah, I am Michelle Dickey, your host for CHA's Truth Seeker podcast, streaming on the YouTube channel, Narcissism and Cognitive Dissonance. And this is a podcast episode, but we're doing it regular live stream, obviously. I could have pulled up StreamYard and everything, but like I said, I'm using my tripod as a selfie stick. And so we want to see, you know, I just want to see how things roll. As far as the background, and then there we go, and then and just to give y'all a different angle, different stuff. So I'm just checking stuff out. Yeah, we're gonna talk about narcissism. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the slow-mo. It's very important for y'all to understand that the rush to the matrix. I talk about that on the Patreon channel because that's one of the first things that God revealed to me about the matrix, narcissist and narcissism, and how it causes that resistance. And it's that resistance that you can feel it in the spiritual. You can feel that pull, like it wants to suck you back in. But you're out of the matrix spiritually, chosen one. We're out of the matrix spiritually. God needs us out. Remember, to be spiritually minded is life and peace. To be carnally minded is death. Romans 8, verse 6. So, when we study that and then stay immersed in the Word of God, the more we see what the devil's doing, and the more we learn about how he uses that radio frequency to manipulate our nervous system, but to really target our circulation, because our body needs circulation for nutrition, digestion, metabolism, everything. Our thyroid needs that circulation to regulate our body's internal temperature. I mean, everything. But God hastens things. Chosen ones work quick. We get stuff done. Narcissists don't. Narcissists, they look like they do. I've shared this before, where I remember working at the pizza place and coming back from a delivery. I remember seeing everybody on the make line, right out there. And it's like God had me stop and just look, and I was like, wow. I said, they look like they're moving really fast, but they're in slow-mo. It was really crazy. But that's what we see going on. Is it's really moving in slow-mo because of its predictability. And when you think about how it has to give off that appearance, how the Matrix needs to give off that appearance of moving fast, because it wants people to believe that life is short. No, it's not. And you might hear, y'all, there, because it is a residential place, okay, where I am. This is a park, but there's a residential and commercial area. You might hear a blower, landscaping and things like that going on. But we learned that everything really does move very, very slow inside the Matrix. It does not move near as fast as the devil wants you to think it moves. The devil wants you to think everything is rush, 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 rush. Like, hurry up and get this done, hurry up and do that. And you see, if you ever sit down in the restaurant and you watch, because they train us, I've been there myself, they train us to have to hurry up and get the food out as quick as possible and things like that. It's like all the people pleasing that goes on inside the Matrix. And I understand customer service. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, right, I'm just saying, look at it just looks like they're moving, but it's in slow-mo. It looks like they're moving really fast, but it's in slow-mo. And so that's what I tried to explain to the best of my ability here as a truth seeker, is what we're seeing. And so while a lot of people are conformed to this world, remember, if you are conformed to this world, you cannot be transformed by the renewing of the mind. The devil knows that. And so he needs to keep people conformed to this world, meaning they continue to follow tradition. They continue to celebrate everything that's on the calendars. They continue to follow the crowd. They continue to do all of that. And as they continue to do that, they cannot be transformed by the renewing of the mind, which is what had to take place. We cannot be transformed living in the old belief system, living with the old way of thinking, living, by continuing to do the same old that we've always done. We have to do new things in God's reality, chosen ones. We have to do new things. We have to try new things. We have to learn who we are in Christ. We have to unpack that bag of talents and gifts, and we stay busy. And so as we stay busy, it's like, okay, I'm over here. I'm like, okay, so I'm getting this accomplished, and this accomplished. And then I turn around, and it's almost like I was like, the Matrix is still stuck. It's still where it was 2 days ago. I'm like, wow. But yet, if you're inside the Matrix spiritually, you haven't been out of it yet, you wouldn't notice that. You would not notice that everything inside the Matrix moves in slow-mo. You know, you watch a movie, right? Have you ever done that? And you rewind it, and there's some like, I guess you could say, cable providers or whatever that offer this service where you can actually do that. You can actually put whatever it is you're watching on slow-mo, like fast forward and slow-mo. Yeah, I've done it. And That's what it looks like inside the matrix. It just looks like everything's in slow-mo, while giving off that appearance of moving really fast. And so, yes, you all, God has revealed something to me about circulation and why many of us spent a lot of years feeling aloof all the time. Check your muscle tension. Check your muscle tension. That radio frequency manipulation. Because if you are feeling fine 1 minute, right, and then all of a sudden you notice, hold on a second, that feeling of aloofness coming back, check your muscle tension. That's where it's at. That's where it all starts, inside the matrix, with radio frequency poisoning and manipulation of the autonomic nervous system, the ANS. The devil needs your nervous system to become numbed. And in order for it to be like slow and subtle, it's supposed to be slow and subtle, just like the narcissistic abuse. It's supposed to be slow and subtle. Like, you're not even supposed to be aware that certain parts of your body are going a little bit numbed because of muscle tension, and then you put some elastic on that area, especially here. All right, so check that muscle tension, because that's what I know. The Jezebels, when they pop in to check on our lives, or even a pre-record, what have you, when they pop in to check, that's what they're looking at. They're looking pretty much right here. They're looking in my eyes to see if they're right, if there's any hindered circulation. They're looking, because this right here also shows whether or not my circulation is up to par. And then right back in here, they're looking for muscle tension. Right back in here. Okay, that's what they're looking for. Yeah, we're not stupid. We know exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for that muscle tension. And I have to tell y'all, it's pretty intriguing too. But it's like, whoa, I found it. And so, what do? Well, to mitigate as much as possible, we stay busy. But once you become aware of something, then you know how to self-care. The ice pack, magnesium lotion, what have you. All right, to get those muscles as relaxed, stretch where possible, and take your time. Don't be in no rush, because that's the thing. The Matrix wants to give off that appearance of moving really fast to try to trick you into thinking you got to try to keep up with it. No, you don't. The chosen one, don't you be falling for that. You do not need to try and keep up with that Matrix, because of the simple fact that it don't move that fast anyway. It moves very slow. God takes his time, yeah. But God don't move that slow. I can tell you that right now. No, he designed our biological bodies to eliminate what it doesn't need or want in excess fairly quickly. And I tell y'all, and I mean quickly, from experience, paying attention to biological function, paying attention to, this is all about truth seeking, about getting to know us, getting to know who we are, getting to know how God made this body, and how he made it to not be manipulated with radio frequency. But that's what the devil does. He needs to manipulate the nervous system with that radio frequency, because over time, it's supposed to be slow and subtle. So that's why I tell y'all that Jezebel case study, she screwed up. She screwed up, because everything that she did to cause old bruises and old injuries to come back all at once. Come on now. That kind of stuff is supposed to come back slow and subtly over time. But because she did it all at once, boom, I'm like, hold up a second. I'm just becoming more aware of just how deep the radio frequency poisoning goes, and how the muscle tension is what is needed the most. That's like first and foremost. And then everything else follows. But you have to be unaware of the muscle tension. Because if you're unaware of the muscle tension, you won't even know that the radio frequency is manipulating your nervous system. You won't even know it. We didn't until now. And we just continue to learn more of it. Yes, I know. I hear that blower in the background. That's not a coincidence that I'm sitting here and that around the time we're going to go live for our Truth Seeker. Y'all, seriously, I'm not stupid. Spiritual realm. Okay? We know all about this stuff in the spiritual realm. And so, the matrix, it moves slow and subtle. Just like that narcissistic abuse. Okay, it's slow and subtle. And so is that supposedly numbing of the body. It's supposed to be slow and subtle. Again, the Jezebel case study screwed up because the way that she did everything, like boom, trying to initiate it all at once. And in doing that, it just is raising our level of awareness even more and more as to what is going on. So we know what to self-care, and we know how to handle it. We know how to get around the resistance caused by the matrix. Because the Jezebel case study was trying to slow our heightened awareness down. You see how that backfired? It actually helped to hasten it. So it's funny how the devil don't even realize he actually helped God. Because God takes what the devil flips out and uses it for his glory. And so the devil don't realize how much he actually helps our Heavenly Father when he has his narcissist pull the crap that they pull. And then we see the blessing in disguise, like, hold on a minute. Where's that lesson? Because when we know who we are in Christ, we know our body, and we're just becoming more in tune with it. So, as that continues, and our awareness gets more heightened, we can see how slow things actually move inside that matrix with the game of narcissism. While it appears to move really fast. So if you pay attention to things around you, you'll notice it too. That nothing moves near as fast as it wants you to think. And I think about all these things that we come across on social media and stuff, the edited videos, you know how the cool effects where they make it look like it's going really fast, going by really fast, right? Make it appear that way. Kind of like what the Matrix does. It wants to give off the appearance that it's moving really fast. But it sucks at it now that we can see what's really going on. And it's God's chosen one who learned that I'm moving things around a little bit. We learn, chosen one, that we can move as quick as we need to, but we learn that we don't have to do that. The Matrix wants us to think that we have to move that fast, but we don't. We don't. We have to learn how to go with the God flow. And so that's what we're doing. And I know that whoever it is that's got the blower or whatever, you know, he's just doing his job. But we don't believe in coincidences, do we? No. Because we know that the devil and narcissists always try to distract, always try to interrupt, always try to sabotage anything that the chosen ones are trying to do or trying to accomplish. And I saw it when that car was pulling out. I saw the lady, she was like, dang, she gonna break her neck trying to watch it, trying to see what we're doing up in here. Yeah, it's all good, y'all. It's all good. It's all good. We don't let that bother us. Because we're used to it. Yeah, because I remember one of the places I used to go do live streams at in North Carolina. I remember people walking behind trying to video bomb, you know, the photo bomb, whatever, video bomb. Of course, they got edited out. We can do that. I can edit them right out if they end up in it. Because they were trying to be in it on purpose. You can tell. That's what I'm saying. Chosen ones, we can tell when the narcissists are deliberately. Oh, I did. When I was sitting here working on some podcast episodes earlier in here, it was a, I don't know if they were a couple, whatever, it doesn't matter, but I smelled narcissist right here watching their demeanor and their temperament. That's what I'm saying, chosen ones. You get to catch this stuff about the narcissist. And even though they were walking kind of fast, I could see they weren't moving that fast. No, they were not moving that fast. But there's a bench right over here. And so as I'm holding up the phone with the MP3 recorder and I'm recording a podcast episode, yes, that link is in the description below for the Truth Seeker pre-record podcast. Okay, down below. We're on Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, Simplecast, Apple Podcast, and more. Weekly content, at least every Wednesday, if not then. It's definitely by Thursday, but we really do work hard to at least every Wednesday a new episode drops. And Saturday where possible. All right? Wednesdays and Saturdays. I don't always get a Saturday one, but we're doing our best to stay on top of that. Give you 2 podcast episodes weekly on those platforms, and the Truth Analyzer Patreon podcast that you can unlock access to for as little as $5 a month. We dive deeper. We analyze a little further about these things on the Patreon channel, because that's the thing. We are truth seekers in God's reality. All right? We are truth seekers. Yes. Welcome. For those who have just now tuning in to our Truth Seeker podcast live on the YouTube channel. Yes, this is a tripod, but I'm using it as a selfie stick. I'm trying something different. I'm in a different location, obviously. And like I said, I'm just trying to keep some things in the background to a minimum, because it is a residential/commercial area, even though it's a public park. Which, by the way, I mean, here, you can see there's a park. Okay? There's a park. All right, let's show it to y'all. Anyhow. All right, all right, you got the heat back today. Well, not necessarily. No, what I'm experiencing is not from the heat. It's not hot outside. What I'm experiencing is a new discovery about circulation, salt, and muscle relaxation and muscle tension. Okay, so it's part of the detox that's happening. I have no control over it. Okay, it's part of the detox happening. So it may seem as though we got the heat back. It's not hot at all. I think it's like 75 or 76, something like that. It's not hot outside. It's actually quite nice. But I'm in here. I've got the top window up here open a little bit. So if you might hear, I don't know, there's some landscaping that was going on. But we're talking about how narcissists, they really move slow. And I was telling y'all earlier, there was a guy and a gal walking by, and I smelled narcissist. There's a bench over here, and I'm recording the podcast episode, and they walked that way to start with, and then noticed me in here. No, they did not know. They did not know that I was doing a podcast. All they could see is I was talking on a phone. Or talking into a phone, whatever. And then, right, they turn around and they come back and then they sit on that bench. And the guy, okay, it was the dude that I smelled narcissist. Because he was looking that side eye. Right, you know when someone's looking at you. So I happened to glance over as I'm recording the podcast, and there he was looking out the side eye, and he's trying to woo this woman. I was like, you sit there trying to make me jealous. You a dummy. I was like, you a dummy. But that's exactly what he was doing. He's trying to make me jealous. Didn't work. I kept on recording. But like I said, this is what I'm saying, chosen ones. We noticed, but they were walking. It looked like they were walking fast, but they were actually walking quite slow. And so everything's in slow-mo inside the matrix. It really does not move that fast at all. No, it doesn't. Hi there, Cindy. Hello. Yeah, that dude was a psycho, for sure. Absolutely, he sure was. Sitting on the bench trying to woo this woman, looking at me out that side eye, and I'm like, yeah, no, See, you ain't whatever. And I'm just recording the podcast. We're doing some work in the car office today. Yeah, those kind. That's what I'm saying, y'all. We start to see these narcissists as they're trying to make us jealous. They try to project that stuff, and they whatever. I mean, it was crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's what they do, and we can pick up on it. We pick up on it. Right, exactly. Well, I could listen. It's the thing with narcissists, that haughty spirit that they have with that nose in the air, and they think that their crap don't stink. Oh yeah, I mean, you can smell that. You can see it now. It's like, dude, I see you for what you are. Yeah, whatever. And I pray that woman he was trying to woo, I pray that she see it. I do. I pray that she see it. But then again, she could be one too. I don't know. That one, I didn't get. It was him that was most noticeable. Her, it would take a little bit. But it was just, yeah, one of them things. Like I said, we notice these things. We notice them. And that narcissism, the game of narcissism, it does not move near as fast as we once thought it did. And that sinks in more and more. The more heightened awareness we get, because we see that they want us to think that they're gonna do everything real quick. Now, we know that when the devil goes to destroy something, yeah, he'll move as fast as he possibly can to destroy something. But as far as day-to-day living, day-to-day life, really, things don't move that fast at all. But see, it seems that way when you're still inside the upside-down world, that matrix. It seems like everything is moving, rush, right? Like, you got to hurry up and go here. You got to hurry up and go there. And everything just seems so overwhelming until you get out of there spiritually. You get out of that matrix spiritually, and you start to realize, hey, wait a minute. This stuff don't move near as fast. Oh, I need to tell y'all something real quick, too. I just got the email, by the way, for those who would like to check this out. Okay, Shopify is now offering what's called a pay-in-2, okay? Meaning, using Shop Pay, which is when you go on the website and you go to check out, let's say you want to get, anything from $35 to $50, okay? Anywhere from $35 to $50 total qualifies for pay-in-2. Using Shop Pay. It'll give you that option. Okay, but you have to, I think it's a purple button or a purple link, one of the two, but it says Shop Pay. Right? And then that $35 to $50, it allows for that to be split into 2 interest-free payments. That's what the email said. Because if anything of $50 or more, using Shop Pay qualifies for 4 interest-free payments. So now they've added the pay-in-2 for everybody. So if you wanted to get, let's say you want to get a copy of my audiobook for real events, and you want to get one of our videos that's $20. Okay, well, that's about $45. So I'm giving you a number here. So that's $45. That total, both of those products would qualify for pay-in-2 using Shop Pay. So you would create your own little account for Shop Pay. You do your own thing. It's like a loan, but it's interest-free. So it will allow you, listen, right, no, it pays me the full amount, okay? But you will pay it in 2 payments, anywhere from $35 to $50. on the website. So there you go. I was like, okay, and I knew I needed to tell y'all about that. And for those who don't know about Shop Pay in general, right, anything $50 or more on the website. So let's say you do get, both audiobooks, and let's say you want to get all of our Real Talk with God Wisdom videos. Well, that will definitely come, $50 or more. So you can use Shop Pay and make 4 interest-free payments, okay? So there you go. We do have that available for everybody, for anything you get. And that's a combination of session. So let's say you book a session. Yes, you can use, let's say you book your first 30-minute session. Yeah, you can use the promo code BTBW15, get 15% off. That's still going to qualify for Shop Pay installment, okay? $50 or more. It will still qualify. For individual sessions, yes, you can use Shop Pay. All right? For a combination of session, books, videos, products. You don't book the session through Shop Pay. You book the session through the website, but you use Shop Pay at checkout. That's how that works, okay? Shop Pay is at checkout. When you get to the checkout page, you should see, like I said, it's either a purple button or you have to you have to click other payments if you don't see Shop Pay. Usually it's at the top for you to click, but it's like, it should be purple, but it's Shop. SHOPPAY. Okay, it's the checkout thing. All right, you book the session through the website, but you use Shop Pay at checkout. And so, and for those of you who want to book a session and you have time zone things, remember we will negotiate that. Okay, you keep your slot, and we work the time zone difference out via email. All right, so do not, using Shop Pay. Yes, you can do that. But yeah, busy doing nothing. Thank you, Chris. Exactly, that the narcissists are busy doing nothing. And so that's why we learned that they don't move near as fast as they want to appear to be moving. They are just doing, all right? They're just there. It's like they're just occupying space. And they're not really doing anything. I mean, those of us who have worked in a 9 to 5 where there wasn't hardly anything going on. You know how long that day was, right? Wow. Yeah, I remember it. But I was like, okay, they were trying to make the receptionist position that I had, they were trying to make it seem like, oh, it was going to be so busy all day long, right? Wrong. Yeah, they wanted it, right, they wanted to make it look harder than it really was. Yeah. No, she had to mute it. She got a call. It's all good. But yeah, that's that. Okay, I'm just checking the comment. All good. All good. All right, y'all. Yeah. So we learned this about the Matrix and the narcissist and all of them. Well, narcissists, the only purpose they have is to serve as a catalyst to our spiritual awakening. That's it. So yeah, they got to have something to compensate, right? So they have to appear busy. They have to appear as if they're busy and moving fast. But they're not. They're really not. And this is something we see more and more of. That the Matrix and this game of narcissism, it's the same old. I mean, think about every 4 years, every 2 years, same game, same stuff, same players, different mask. Yeah, you heard me. Same players, different mask. Much like the narcissist, right? Same players, just different mask. And we're talking about rhetorically with the mask, or metaphorically, whatever you want to call it. Because they change their persona depending on who it is they're trying to impress. Or woo, for that matter. But nothing moves that fast inside the Matrix. It certainly does not. There's a lot of things that are on autopilot. A lot of things that are on, yeah, like just, well, think about these so-called cars that you don't even have to drive. Like, they can pretty much drive themselves, like they're on autopilot. Same thing with planes. I mean, yeah, and they don't move near as fast as they want you to think they do. You know, think about being in a plane, how long it takes for it to take off. It takes longer than you think. That's a big piece of machinery, right? And then I think about a big rig going up a steep hill. Oh, those were the days. Chugga-lugga-lugga-lugga-lugga-lugga. Trying to get up that hill with the 40,000 pounds on the back end. Oh, my gosh. Like, to never see the top of that hill. That is how slow the Matrix moves. Seriously. You know, and then there's all kinds of things inside the Matrix that contribute to the appearance. So, yeah, no, well, in the big rig, I don't know, it wasn't, we didn't have 18 gears. I think the most I had was 14, 12, maybe 14. Anyway, no, not even that many, honestly. Well, I mean, we had the high low. I remember that. We had the high and the low. But honestly, you know, just that pedal to the metal and try to get up that hill with them 40,000 pounds. I do not miss those days. Do not miss those days. Yeah, it's thank you, Chris, Cindy. I know it's not, it looks like it's not hot here. No, it's my body detoxing. So I'm just gonna be frank with y'all. That's what's going on there. It's my body detoxing. And you know, well, it's not bad. It's a good thing because it needs to. As it heals, continues to heal. And so, right, yes, that's what I have said about the Matrix too, how it moves at a snail's pace, like a snail, yeah. You know, it's like, it is, you know that story about the turtle and the snail, right, the race? That's what it looks like. It's a race between a turtle and a snail there inside the Matrix. Sure does. It sure does. It's like, wow. And so, well, and then remember we talked about this too, like over on Patreon as well. Like, you know, all those cars, you're on the highway, right? And somebody comes riding by, like, yeah, they're on your tail, and then they get around you, and then you pull up next to them at the next stoplight. You're like, yo, they get in a hurry to get nowhere. That's what happens with the narcissists. They end up getting in a hurry to go nowhere. Pretty intriguing. Because I remember learning that going faster than the speed limit does not always mean you're going to make it to your destination quicker. A lot of things can happen along the way, right? Stoplights. You just don't know. Expect the unexpected. And so, inside the Matrix and the narcissist and all that, they don't move that fast. Not at all. Nothing does. Nothing does. That's why, chosen ones, we got to learn to go with the God flow. Go with the God flow. Develop the God-like patience that we need to have. Let the opportunity come to us. Don't go out there chasing no opportunity, chosen one. You know, I'm big on that. Don't be chasing nothing. Well, yeah, the speeding salesman. Right. Right. And then, well, it does boil down to patience. Remember, I talk about the indoctrination of impatience there inside the Matrix. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. the indoctrination of impatience. We all had to go through that. So that's why we have to unlearn that indoctrination of impatience when God gets it out of the matrix spiritually. And we have to unlearn that and learn to develop the godlike patience. So I know there's stuff. Right, the indoctrination of impatience crept in unawares. Absolutely. And see, we didn't know that either until God awakened us and got us out so that we could see at the same time that we got to develop the patience, because for them having an apartment here by this park, I'm sure it is nice for them. I saw, last time I was here and I was walking by and I saw the little realtor. I saw the price for these things. No thanks. Yeah. It's outrageous. There you go. And too much. You know, see, chosen ones, we learn when enough is enough. We know what we need. God will always provide our every need. Always has, always will. Now, would it be nice if I could get one of these places? Sure. But if that is what God has for me, it'll happen. If not, I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? It's like I am just going with the God flow. I'm not even, as far as I got visions, yeah. I got visions, but I'm not sitting here, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not going outside of my means, if you will. My vision within is in the kingdom, and it's within our means. I know God has more for his chosen one, but we have to learn. Yeah, we have to learn that millionaire mindset. Don't be out there spending money every day. The millionaires ain't out there spending money every day. Come on now. Come on. The millionaires out here in the world, they're not impulse buying. Of course not. They learned how to get control of their impulse buying years ago. Or else they wouldn't be a millionaire now, would they? Think about it. Let that sink in. If you think that the millionaires out here are millionaires, like use Amazon. If you think that the CEO of Amazon is a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, because of Amazon by itself, no, he's not. It's because he or she or whoever it is, they're not out here buying on impulse. They're not spending money every day. Let that sink in because the matrix doesn't move that fast. Sure, people might be shopping on Amazon every day for something. But, what? Money goes quick if all you're doing is out here spending every day. So these millionaires and billionaires, they're not out here spending money every day. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. They ain't. Because if they were, they would not be in the position that they're in, regardless of how much they're making on Amazon or whatever. If they were out here spending money every day, then they wouldn't be profiting a whole lot. They wouldn't be millionaires and billionaires. Right, I know. Listen, chosen one, God will restore. He is restoring. Remember, he restored by reversal in a lot of ways. And that includes with finances, too. You have to remember that because we have a lot of lessons to learn. Like, make sure you're not running on adrenaline so you don't buy on impulse. God's waiting for some to learn that. Okay, we have to learn to tell the difference. He's also waiting on some to understand that we got to develop the right mindset. That millionaire mindset can't be out here spending money every single day. All right, just because you got a credit card. Yep, can't be out here just because you had that spending money every single day. Now, when you need something, you need something. That's different. If there's stuff that needs to be replaced, God will have you do that. So there was a short season where I had to do that. But once all of that was done, and God's like, okay, you're good. There's nothing else to replace. We good now. So we're good. And even though that seemed as though it moved quickly, it really didn't. It was a little each day to accomplish. That's what I'm saying. Narcissism and the narcissist and stuff, they want you to think that they're moving really fast at this or really fast at that. And they're not. They're not. Right. And, right. Thankfully, you don't have a spending. I gotcha. And typo fluency is back with us. And, of course, she says she wouldn't want to disappoint. That's awesome, y'all. But, yeah. Right. They don't pay sticker for their stuff. You got that right. Millionaires don't do that. And, right. Yeah, and the park is open to the public, you know, and there are some restaurants I wouldn't mind trying along the way one of these days, and so we'll see when the time comes. But for now, we are working with what we have. That's the other thing, chosen ones, we learn. But narcissists out here want you to think that you got to have the best of the best and the best and the biggest, and a lot of us have to unlearn that mindset too. I didn't realize I did. I was like, why do I have to go buying for the biggest bottle of soy sauce? Why am I doing that? Now I know why. I got that from the Jezebel who gave birth to me. And the Matrix, you know, teaching us that you got to have the bigger, you know, like the bigger the better or something. And so we learned that's not true. And so, yeah, the Matrix and stuff, it don't move as fast as it wants you to think it does. And once that thing's in you, you pretty much get it. You're like, oh, okay. Because it doesn't. It does not move near as fast as it wants you to. Well, that's the thing. You know, when you learn about the spending, right, we'll spend a few dollars more on something that'll last. Yes, it's called quality. Value and quality over quantity, if you will. So, yeah, things that we learn inside the Matrix, y'all, and seeking the truth that we're seeking. So, right, the offers and the pricing and size. Oh, I know. They always put it in your face. That's deliberate. That's totally deliberate. Absolutely. That's real talk right there. That's true. I mean, it's right there. That's what the Matrix does. It puts it right there in front of your face. It's called temptation. Remember, James 4, verse 7, right? We have to submit ourselves to God. Submit yourself, therefore, unto God. Resist the devil, and he shall flee from you. He shall flee. So we learn to resist. That's for somebody right there. That's part of the truth that we learn in God's reality, is that we have got to resist the temptation of the devil. And it's all about that discernment too. Oh yeah. It's all about that planting seeds in the subconscious mind. Exactly. Hoping that your body's internal temperature is higher than it should be, so that you'll be running on adrenaline, so that you will buy that stuff on impulse and not take a moment to stop and think, wait a second, it's just me. Do I need that big bottle? When I know the regular size bottle will last me quite some time. We see the abundance in just what we need, right? Oh, yeah. We see the abundance in just what we need. So, yeah. And if you don't realize it, exactly, right? Well, that's what the devil wants. The Matrix stuff. To be inside your finances all the time that way. And then also to get you to, buying we talk more about that on the Patreon channel too, about buying more than you need. And that's right, the Matrix feeds into the scarcity mindset that way. It sure does. That scarcity mindset with the fear of running out, fear of never having enough. Because that's how the Matrix and the narcissism works. Wants to keep people walking on eggshells as if there's never enough, and then always being in fear of running out of stuff when, okay, so you run out. You stop and think, do I need more right this minute? Or can it wait a couple of days? More often than not, we realize it can wait until we go to the store the next time. So we have to learn that's that kind of patience that we have to learn within ourselves. And not go out there and spend money unnecessarily. For example, it takes discipline. And we're going to bring it to y'all. More discipline with grocery shopping. But shopping in general for those who need it. Because yes, I did. There was one item. I know I used to have the mindset of, well, I'm not going to go to Walmart just for one item. Come on now. I'm going to wait until I need at least 3 or 4 items before I go to Walmart. I used to have that mindset, but I had to lose that mindset. I only needed one thing. I went to Walmart, I got the one thing, and I got out. I paid for it, and that's it. That's the one thing. One item. That's it. Oh, I know. And that's not the first time today, earlier, that I did that. Not the first time. It takes practice, though, to unlearn that mindset. So there's tip number 1 for whoever needs it for shopping in general. Okay, for going to a grocery store or what have you. There's only one item that you absolutely need. Just one. Challenge yourself. Don't tell yourself, well, I'm not going to go to Walmart for just one item. Go to Walmart for one item. Surprise yourself. There's your challenge. Go get your item and get out. Resist the devil and he shall flee from you. Repeat it however many times you need it. That's the coach and me coming out right there. Whoever needs that. If you've got that mindset like I had, like I ain't going to go to the store for just one item. No. We going to the store just for one item now. If that's the only item I need at that particular moment, well, then that's all I'm going to get. That's right. All I need is a pack of hamburger meat. Okay, that's it. We're just going to go get that hamburger meat and we're going to get out. Takes practice, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Unlearn that mindset. Changing that thinking. Well, there you go, Cindy. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. There you go. Well, there you go, Cindy. We can all learn from Cindy. Right there. It's to do without until we can buy it outright. There you go. There you go. Called sacrifice. Got to make sacrifices in the kingdom of God. But chosen ones don't have to go without either. Depending on what it is. Do you need it? Remember, I always talk about that needs versus wants assessment. And so, in my circumstance, there was something I needed to aid in our healing and our detox. One item. So, God had us go get it. And we good. So, again, that's a tip for somebody. If you've got that mindset of, I'm not going to go, because I know where I got that from. Not just the matrix, but the influence of narcissists around me my whole life. Because they had that. Well, it sucks. Don't really want to go to Walmart just for one thing. I mean, that's kind of crappy. No, it's not, actually. It's bravery. That's courageous to go into Walmart for one thing and one thing only. So like I said, if I can do it, y'all can do it. And that's for any store that you might have that mindset about. So there's your challenge. There's your homework. Yep, free credit, boom. Yeah, there was that attitude that if you can't afford it in full, don't buy it. I know, but that was before all these credit cards and stuff. It is what it is. And You know, God always makes a way. However, it works for us in our current circumstances, okay? So you got to remember that as well. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Okay, he was tube fed. All right. Okay. Well, that's the other thing too, Chris. Thank you. Depending on how far the store is. Yeah, I get that too. You're not going to drive 50 miles just for a bottle of ketchup. Well, I get that. Okay, discernment. All right, whereas some of us happen to live pretty much in the heart of, well, I can walk to Walmart if I want to. So that's how close I live. But y'all get the point. All right, so yes, and there you go. Okay. Okay. Well, see, it depends, y'all. It depends. And I see y'all having that conversation. But yeah, there's certain places, there's certain things. If you buy from a certain store, you would have to replace it every year. We totally get that too. So you, again, you're back to quality versus quantity and all of that. So it takes research and looking into things and such. But yeah, I'm talking about in general. All right. If you are trying to overcome the buying more than you need, or saying that you're not going to go to the store for one item and the store happens to be close enough to where you can go in and get the one item and get out. That's what I'm talking about in general, okay? But yes, a lot of things go into that. All right, everybody, that wraps up this Truth Seeker episode. All right, talk about the truth, talking truth now about spending money and all the lies that we've been told. But don't forget this too, that debt is also an illusion, because you ain't taking that with you where Jesus is taking you. Just a little extra food for thought for anybody who may be concerned about any kind of debt. That's an illusion. Do what you can while you're here. Pay back what you can while you're here, but don't let the demon of worry overtake you. Okay? If that is the only means you have at that particular moment to get something that God needs you to get, He will always make sure that you can pay it back. So that's the other side of it too. It's called walking and living by faith. Okay? As well as being being wiser, okay, with what you do have and learning how to do without. If it's something that you don't need for a particular project, for a particular healing thing, okay? If it's something that you don't need, all right, you also always use that discernment and do the assessment, needs versus wants. That's ongoing, and I'm right there with you all who are in that season, okay? So we're learning something new every day, more of God's truth, and how things really just don't move that fast out there as they want you to think. So, well, yeah, the root word in mortgage, I got you. Like a morgue? Yeah. That's the thing in the Matrix. A lot of the symbols and a lot of the words, the spells, if you will, that lead all to death. Because it is of the carnal mind. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for your continued support. All right. And for watching, listening. All right. And for hitting that thumbs up. That's right. Let's hit the thumbs up button for the algorithms. We got to do something on this YouTube channel, y'all. Seriously, we need to do something to get these algorithms to start. I don't know what's going on, but I have been getting email and stuff like that. We know the content is definitely in line with, we're not the only ministry that talks about narcissism and God's spiritual truth. Okay? We need to hit that thumbs up. We need to, share these messages with people you know can benefit from the messages and things like that. All right? So thank you. All right, thank you. And let's let our fellow warriors get these messages. And that's a big part of how we do it. And that thumbs up, all right, for the algorithm, so that we can keep on keeping on and keep bringing y'all more content in this growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ. Until next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father. And you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.